Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scene. Reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and
Welcome everybody to the ECAC League. Today we're going to be playing round of 16 playoffs. Our game today is between Penn State Behrend and James Madison University. My name is Bones. This is Random Minion Caster. Welcome everybody to the broadcast.
Yeah, and it's good to be here, Bones. Like you said, we are starting the playoffs here for the ECAC. Now, it is important to note, today we're actually facing the 16th and 17th seeds off together here, the winner of which will then join the top 16. And it's a rough one here, Bones. They're up against Fisher College. Whoever wins this faces up against the first seed from the regular season.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this game today because we know it's going to be scrappy. There's going to be fights. We're going to see action all around. And with that being said, I'm so excited to see which team is going to advance. But I think the most important point of contention before we start today's broadcast is, what do I call you? Look, your name, Random Minion Caster, it's a great name. I understand, but
it rolls right off your tongue.
Are you a random? Are you a minion? Or are you a caster? You got to choose an identity here.
Yes, Bones. Yes, I am all of that. I will not be put in a box, but Random Minion Caster, it is a mouthful, so feel free to abbreviate Random Minion Caster, all good, or just RMC. Nice and short works as well.
All right. With that being said, though, we are going to be playing on the preseason patch. A lot of this patch has been live for about a week and a half, so these teams are well practiced. We're going to go ahead and see what these teams have in store for each other. Now, when it comes to the teams themselves, we have a very active bot lane matchup. Both of these AD carries, I'm in your cheese, and Zeraton. Oh, Zornithilart. Both of these ADCs are hyperactive ADCs. They don't like to scale. They like to get into the action, play Kai'Sa, Samira. So I'm expecting there to be a lot of action, especially considering our supports are a little bit different today.
Yeah, so for tonight, both these teams have a substitution in the support role. For Penn State Behrend here, it's going to be Aristotle, one of their two veteran players, stepping out, and Finn the Fish, who they have played with in the regular season, stepping in. And when you look at the sort of champions they play, not a big change from a macro point of view, though, as you mentioned, the AD carries are kind of aggressive. So in terms of how well they mesh together, it might affect things. James Madison University, on the other hand, I think a bit of a bigger change. Their original starting support, Zambo Z's, is also their captain and a bit of a shot caller for that team here. So with him stepping out, Lando is coming in. And Lando, though she's a bit more of an enchanter style player, more long range, less engage heavy. So it does change up the way that JMU might look to play out their mid game.
I mean, I've honestly seen some really interesting picks come out of things like Worlds, where he's had Callista Soraka. So, maybe you can go this aggressive route where you pick Soraka and just launch her into the enemy team. Always an option. As we go ahead and get the ban started, blue side going to start us off, banning off Yone. What do we think so far?
Yeah, so James Madison going to be on the blue side here. And now, when I spoke to both these teams, it's actually interesting how their mindset is here. James Madison feels very comfortable, confident coming into this. They feel like they've got strong individual lanes, and I expect to see them sort of play to that a little bit. Behrend, on the other hand, a little bit less confident with how they're coming in with the changes here. And so I feel like they're going to be target banning a little bit more champions that they have struggled against in the regular season. Point to note, these two teams did not play against each other in the regular season either. So we'll have to see how good their scouting has been.
Interesting. So, with the bans going through, we have Yone and Shen on the blue side, and on red side, we have Evelyn and Silas. Obviously, Evelyn on this patch is extremely strong. You go this Night Harvester build, you kind of full clear, you get to level 6, and you start ganking, you start stacking up that Medjai's, whereas James Madison is saying, we want to take away as many supportive units as we can. So the Shen with the new Heart Seal is very broken if you've never seen it, and also the Renata. And so Hecarim also going to be taken away. Ravenous Hydra is really strong on this patch, so I think it's a good ban for the side of Penn State Behrend.
Okay, and with the Shen off the table here, I think that was a bit of a target ban at Elongation specifically, who's done really well with that Shen in lane and able to provide that global pressure. Now they've taken it away. You can see James Madison very confident in that top lane, picking up that very strong Aatrox here. DDD is one of his most played champions here, and he's throwing a challenge to Penn State. I think Behrend, you can kind of sit back now on that top lane here. You know what you're playing against. I'd like to see it R3 or maybe later on. And first off, focus the jungle a little bit. I think jungle is really strong on this patch. They've gone for that priority on that Kai'Sa and Bones you mentioned earlier. The AD carry is very volatile. They have similar champ pools as well. Both of them really like that Kai'Sa, like that Samira, and it looks like I'm in your cheese struck first.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Samira actually to come in as a response to this, because obviously when you're playing Kai'Sa, some of these AD carries that have been very prevalent lately, like the Jinx, like the Aphelios, need time to skill. And so Kai'Sa would be this big equalizer where you pick Nautilus and you say, okay, we're not going to let you do that. and it's just a very aggressive lane because especially junglers now, they're looking to full clear, they're looking to get themselves stacked up, and they have less time for lanes. So junglers like Jarvan's, junglers like Xin Zhao have a little bit more of a struggle as Mordekaiser does come through. Now, I did see a very interesting statistic about Mordekaiser on this preseason patch. He had a 55% win rate going a legendary item first, Rylai Scepter. What do you think about this Mordekaiser pick on this best?
Well, I think the Rylai's thing has been something that's been carried over. I did think it was actually the most effective item early on here, so it hardly surprises me that the win rate's that high. Picking it up here surprised me a little bit. I would have thought, jungle priority, but neither team's really focusing that too much here. And in terms of Mordekaiser versus Aatrox, the matchup is not bad for Mordekaiser. More importantly, you can remove that Aatrox from that team fight, really take him out of the picture. And there we go, Bones. Finally, that jungle that we're talking a little bit about being covered here, and it is going to be locked in for Shomi. And I want to highlight Shomi as a player as well for JMU. He is one of their most proactive players, and often, even when the rest of the team is struggling a little bit, Shomi has always performed. And you put him on a mechanical jungler like this Lee Sin here, and suddenly, Bones, I think JMU, they're looking a lot towards the early game, towards winning the lanes, bring that into winning the game.
Yeah, and so JMU realizes that they can't go on to this Mordekaiser 1v1 with the jungle pick, so it's like, okay, we'll pick a high-tempo jungler, we'll gank hard, we'll hit them hard where they have to, and then we're going to focus this top side where we have this Aatrox who is absolutely busted on this patch. We're going to make sure that we get him ahead, we kind of make sure that this pushing lane in bot lane with the Karma pick is able to push in, make sure that you can't really stretch the advantage that Kai'Sa Nautilus would otherwise be able to hold, and have this high-tempo game where Mordekaiser is constantly being left behind. And so I think we see more of a team-oriented playstyle, like you said, by James Madison, whereas Penn State Behrend is kind of looking to isolate themselves and focus on their own parts of their gameplay as the second phase of bans come through.
Yeah, and for the second phase of bans here, Behrend's still looking to pick up their mid and jungler here. And for JMU, they're looking for their mid and AD carry. I'm actually surprised that we are not seeing that Katarina ban towards Sightless from the side of Behrend, just because Sightless plays a ton of Katarina, his most played champion, by a large margin. Instead, they're really focusing down on Zorni Felart here with both those AD carry bans coming through. Bones, we'll have to see if they regret it. And right now, they've got to pick something. Surely it's got to be the jungle here, right? You're not going to blind pick your mid laner and then leave your jungle counter pick.
I mean, that would be pretty okay. Yeah, okay. So, Rammus does come through. Rammus, interestingly, might be going into either the jungle or top. Mordekaiser could be flexed either way, and so can Rammus. I have seen a very certain streamer in EU West who has been running the Rammus top lane, running Jackshow and absolutely one-shotting 80 carries. But we'll have to see where that direction goes through. So far, it does look like there's a lot of pressure on I'm in your cheese to carry through the rest of this game, which is why I think they banned out these 80 carries. So stuff like Ezreal and Caitlyn, which is very safe in lane with the Karma, could serve as a counter to that. But then they do pick up the Varus.
Yeah, and I like the Varus pickup here. It's not something I associate necessarily with Zorni Felart, but it is a very strong lane champion. And when you see that Karma that got picked up for Lando earlier here, that pushing lane you mentioned, Varus fits that really well. It's not going to be the Katarina into the mid lane here, Bones. We're seeing a Diana pickup, and now I'm assuming it's a Diana mid, but there is a chance it could be Diana jungle, and then do we see an Aatrox, a Lee Sin mid?
Oh, dude, I mean, honestly, you could pick the Aatrox mid into these squishy mages and then just have him go lethality, just terrorize the entire map. And yeah, there we go. We have the Malzahar. So honestly, I'm actually genuinely confused as to where this draft is going, because Penn State Behrend obviously still has some flex options when it comes to where they want their jungler to go, where they want their top laner to go. But obviously there is a lot of pressure on I'm in your cheese on this Kai'Sa, because again, Malzahar is not this hyper carry pick. He is supportive, he provides these slows, he provides the CC for Kai'Sa to do her job. So I'm expecting whoever the jungler is on Penn State to path from top side, go all the way to bot side, gank over and over and over again, and just make sure that Kai'Sa can get some advantage into this pushing lane that is Varus and Karma.
Yeah, and it is going to be a little bit tough, and a lot of burden on the shoulders of Finn the Fish here for Behrend here, the substitute support. It's all about that Nautilus really to be able to get control of that bot lane. Sure, you can Rammus gank a Karma and a Varus, but it's actually quite difficult with all the slows that they have here, especially if there is a minion wave to play around. And if we're saying that Behrend, they're all winning on their bot lane here, I think JMU could very well kind of do the opposite. The only lane we know for sure right now for them is that bot lane, Karma, Varus, and you can leave that bot lane alone. Instead, you could look to your top side, whether it be that Aatrox or something else here. I'm especially focused on Aatrox because I feel like Aatrox could be the big nightmare for Behrend. If Aatrox can get into this composition here, you mentioned before, Malzahar, not necessarily the big carry. Yes, he skills up really well. Yeah, he can do a lot of damage late game. But against, champions like the Aatrox, where a lot of their tankiness comes from lifesteal, that's something that Malzahar will struggle against. He's not healthy enough for you to percent health shred him with the burn, and he's not squishy enough for you to one-shot.
Yeah, it's a very difficult matchup, and I think you are correct, because if you do focus on this top side, especially with the experience buff that came through on this last patch, top lane carries are a lot more viable. So when you gank this top lane and you give them this level lead, suddenly 20 minutes into the game, your top laner is level 13, your bot lane is level 8, your ADC is pinging you in the top lane. It's like a complete nightmare, and I mean, I'm just excited to where this game is going to go. But with that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and wait for a spectator delay. We're going to kick it off to a break. Don't go anywhere. Grab a snack, grab some drinks. We'll be right back with the first round of playoffs, round of 16, with the 17th team between Penn State Behrend and JMU. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids. And for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little. My God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you got your drink because this is the ECAC League of Legends Playoffs Round 1, where we have James Madison University on blue side and Penn State Behrend on the red side. We talked about these spicy drafts earlier, and now we're going to see them play out. I'm so excited for this game to get to.
Well, Bones, if we're talking spice here, I want to see action level 1. I don't think we will, but I would like to, especially from the side of James Madison here. I feel like, when you've got a Karma, when you've got a Varus, when you've got a Lee Sin, you actually have a lot of threat on single kill targets. And I'm looking at Behrend's comp here. Yeah, you've got the Nautilus, but you really don't have much level 1.
That's getting found out
Okay.
by Show Me. Gonna take the Q. Nothing much. Just the okay. We'll walk it off.
Okay.
And okay, so it looks like we were sort of right. Maybe I don't know if we said this, but Rams is going to be going into the jungle, pick up that green smite. Mordekaiser is going to go into the top lane versus the Aatrox. In terms of runes and builds, do you see anything out of the ordinary that maybe we want to point out?
No, things look fairly standard for the most part. We're seeing Moss Stomper for both junglers. It feels like it's the best starter Pokemon, or pardon me, it's best starter jungle companion. Don't want to get DMCA'd here. For these junglers. People seem to think that. I actually like Scorch Claw for junglers like Lee Sin, especially when you can burst people down, but we won't be seeing it this game. And You mentioned Mordekaiser in the top side for JMU. It is confirmed. We've got Aatrox top, Lee Sin jungle, Diana mid. And if anything, it's not a weird build or anything, but I do find it interesting that we're seeing Diana back in the mid lane, especially against something like a Malzahar, who is so capable of just pushing out and so good at countering these sort of all-in engaged style champions.
Yeah, and I mean, Diana in this meta especially, you would expect it to go jungle, right? Because of how full cleary the jungle meta is. But, I mean, if Silas has something up his sleeve, I'm down to see it. I am ready to see some new technology, because seeing Victor versus Azir over and over again, that's going to get a little bit annoying. Running through there for Mando. Okay, not find a mark, and the fish will out of the minion. Not good for anything else.
Yeah, Finn the Fish, unfortunately not Finn the Fisher. They're not quite able to land the hook, find the catch onto that one here. And bot side, you got to be really careful too, especially into a Varus Karma. If you're not landing those hooks, if you're not forcing the engages, they will outpoke the likes of a Kai'Sa and Nautilus.
And you can already see some of that chip damage going through. Finn the Fish almost at 75% HP. As the ward do come out, the new ward ping feature, very nice on Summoner's Rift. I think it's one of the better additions of Preseason 13. One of the worst being Ravenous Hydra. So here's the thing with Aatrox. There's multiple different ways that you can go about it. What kind of build are we expecting to see out of this Aatrox coming out?
I'm actually not sure if we'd end up seeing something like the Eclipse build come out here just to handle the 1v1s better. Because you're up against the Mordekaiser here. You're expecting to 1v1 more often than not. And especially like with something like a Rammus here. I don't think Ravenous Hydra is really going to give you that big an advantage. But Ravenous Hydra's stat stick is just so big right now, Bones. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it come through first. We'll have to kind of see. I think a lot of it will depend as well on who's winning out that top lane matchup and whether DDD is looking to double down and punish harder or whether he's just looking to survive. For now, though, my eyes on this bot lane, because you kind of mentioned it off air a little bit that you're expecting to see a lot of attention to this bot side. It's not going to be best here first. Show Me actually is the first one to sneak in down there.
And Show Me snuck in. You didn't see any pings come out from Penn State Behrend. They don't know Show Me's here. Show Me just kind of snuck around. And now they're pushing so far in that Penn State Behrend has to be very wary of an engage here. Let's see if JMU is able to find first blood.
No.
Oh, the ward hop comes in. Finn the Fish is taken extremely low. He's going to try and walk it out. Not going to be there. First blood over to the Varus. Not going to be much else found out. And that's the first kill of the game.
And that was a beautiful team play from James Madison here. Lando, the substitute coming in tonight, she stepped up and baited that beautifully. The call from Show Me to say, hey, I'm going around there. We've got the ward in the bush. Bait the hook. And the moment Finn kind of uses that, even with the flash, Finn can't get enough distance, can't get enough safety. And now Show Me getting that sort of early assist, able to roam around, and Zorni getting first blood on this Varus here, and what could potentially have been a very volatile matchup. Give a Varus an advantage like that in lane, and he very rarely relinquishes it.
And it's going to be so hard to play into it because now you're playing almost half a level down. Varus is going to be hitting these spikes before you. He's going to have so much pressure, especially with the Karma constantly waves showing in. And I mean, I'm not seeing a way for Rammus to get into this bot lane and help them very much. Talking about the jungle matchup though, Lee Sin is down a few camps and he also got double scuttled. We're going to have to see if this is going to be something that pans out for them.
Yeah, and when you're playing a Lee Sin, I guess it's kind of expected here. You are sort of that ganking jungler. Hello. Sightless indeed. We got no vision on that particular kill. And Sightless is not even level 6 yet. That actually shocks me. I was expecting to see action happen after 6. Sightless, now level 6, can look to kind of repeat the same thing. Yeah, you don't have Ignite here, but with the burst damage you have, as long as you have enough mana, you can do it. Thank you, Observer Kai here. Wow, okay, that is clean. Knowing exactly how much damage you do as Diana there. No fear, no hesitation. Sightless just going in, blowing all sums, getting a kill.
And that's so great for Sightless because Sightless is expected to be killing in this matchup, and now Malzahar, an immobile champion to begin with, does not have flash anymore. He traded flashes and he wasn't able to get out. So I'm looking very worried. Finn the Fish, there's now a lot of responsibility on this new substitute's role because not only does he have to make sure that I'm in your cheese gets an advantage, but he also has to start covering mid lane more often. Wow, this is a lot of pressure for these coming out for the support here.
Yeah, if you can even get out of lane, right? With the shove that we're seeing Lando and Zorni put down here, if Finn ever leaves, I'm in your cheese is kind of in a diveable state, especially if the jungler drops by. Bones, I'm doubly worried for Behrend as well because of how these teams like to play. JMU, we kind of mentioned it, hinted a little bit during the draft. They like to win lane, win game here. If you get them a lead, they often close out quickly. Behrend, on the other hand, they've been struggling with their early game a little bit. They've looked good in the mid game if they can get there without falling too far behind. But right now, they are starting to fall behind in this bot lane, in this mid lane. The saving grace for them,
top side, Elongation still up significant CS, and as you mentioned, Best has been farming up a Storm here, should hit that 6 first and should be able to find something with that first ultimate.
I was about to say deja vu. Shomi was looking for the gank in, but I don't think Shomi will be able to find it. I'm in your G is going to be trading onto Lando. The RW does come rooted up. The Ignite is going down. Lando has to come out of the fight. Shomi is now here. I'm in your Cheese in a lot of trouble. I'm in your Cheese is able to get out. Flash away by Finn the Fish means that no kills will be going over. Summoner's burned on every single end, but nothing comes off it. Man, I was waiting for some blood.
Yeah, and Finn there stepping up as well. You know, you were just mentioning that Finn has to do a lot here. Managed to hook Shomi a little bit so that the Q didn't quite go in the right direction, didn't land onto I'm in your Cheese. And I was worried for a second. I saw Sightless waiting in the wings, looking for that dive. Sightless has gone home. Shomi has not.
And now the dive potential is there. The RQ does come out from the Karma, which means that there won't be an empowered route coming onto I'm in your Cheese. We'll see how they manage to handle the aggro. I'm in your Cheese doesn't have flash, and so it's half HP onto tower. The Q does land onto the Nautilus. It's 4v2. Finn the Fish is going to go down. Silas is slain. I'm going onto I'm in your Cheese. Moonfall will find the second kill. Double kill over to this Diana. And now Mordekaiser's in the death realm with Aatrox. And he's going to walk away. Best is here in order to supplement when Aatrox does come out. The taunt comes through. The healing is cut down by his Realmovest, but it's not enough damage.
Yeah, that's a Rammus. Rammus isn't known for doing the damage here. It's on Elongation to be able to pump that out. And you can see Elongation drag DDD in the death realm and went, wait, hold up 1 second. You're not stuck in here with me. I'm stuck in here with you. I don't want any of this here. We get a replay of the bot lane dive, and look how clean it is as well. Show me really holding off, waiting for Sightless to get in there, and Sightless didn't even have to blow the ult initially there. It was a good idea for Finn and Cheese to split, but you're just that diveable in a 4v2 situation, and unless Ward is coming there, unless Vest is helping to cover as well, you're kind of dead to rights.
And I mean, at this point, you just kind of look at the game set and you say, okay, we did manage to shut down the bot lane of Penn State Behrend, and now they're going to look towards this Mordekaiser to try and carry off the game. Because I'm going to say, RMC, it's not looking very good. The Diana 30081 CS at 8 minutes, 4 stacks on the Darkseal. This Diana's looking really, really scary. There's just so many targets to stun on the side of Malzahar. Do you go for the Diana? Do you go for the Lee Sin to get an easy kill? Maybe the Aatrox to get a free Triumph proc? It's just so difficult.
Yeah, and the other problem that Malzahar has here is keep in mind that Nethergrasp is a channel. If you get interrupted here, it cancels that suppress here. And if you try and lock down the Lee Sin, Diana can Moonfall you, knock you up. If you go for the Diana, Lee Sin can kick you, knock you up, right? So it's really difficult for Ward on Void here. Up top, DDD and Elongation going at it 1v1 again.
Now, Elongation does have flash, so if they were able to get DDD down low enough, there was a chance for the flash Q, the most mechanically intensive Mordekaiser combo that exists. Usually it's just Q, Q, Q. But, you know, you add an extra button in there, and it is pretty nice, isn't it?
I mean, it doubles the difficulty, man. Two different buttons. That's insane.
Wait, no, I can't click 2 buttons at once. What am I talking about? That's so difficult.
And that's why Bones, we're casting this, not playing this. Because they can press the buttons even if we can't here. That's it. I don't think we're actually going to see that much action into the top side unless the players sort of overextend. And as I say that, I'm proven wrong. Show me wrapping around from behind. Has ult.
World Ender right to end Elongation's word. Show me is now here. The Mordekaiser Death Realm does come out. He's going to pull the Aatrox in. The shield is there. Brazil will not be enough to save Elongation. DDD is just going to wait it out. Show me going to pick up that kill. 103 on that Lee Sin, keeping up that tempo. This is exactly what we warned Penn State Behrend when we were talking about them in drafts.
Yeah, fancy feat there, really, from DDD to dodge out the bulk of that there, making sure, you know, didn't get hit by anything. Now, bot side.
Cleanse. Hook onto Lando. Finn the Fish is going to be taken really low. Unstoppable. Zornifel will pick up Finn the Fish. Ultimate onto Kaisa means that Lando will go down, and now the AD carry on JMU is going to be knocked away by Ram. Is just going to say, okay, pick up that kill. Double kill over to the Kaisa, and now suddenly we have a game on our hands. 2-1-0. We'll be able to pick up a wave and a turret plate. This is looking a little bit better.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, you know, we saw the gank from Show Me topside. Where is Best been? We talked about Best, you know, hitting that level 6 first, going with that ultimate to a lane here, and finally we get to see Best have action. Ward flashing.
Comes out. Ignite is there. It's not enough. Interesting, but he does burn the
go in
flash
again.
on War on Void. Oh, Best is coming in, wrapping around, flash taunt. Oh my god, the combo is here. Silas is in a little bit of trouble. Pass
result?
flash that could get out, goes onto the Malzahar, is on a rampage, and now Best is in the bad situation. Elongation up in top lane is going to be taken down by DDD. Silas going to murder the Ramus in the mid lane. Double kill over to the Diana. 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. Already has Rod of Ages. And what is going on, Behrend?
You know, a lot of times we'll make joking remarks like not even close. But in this case, it literally wasn't. Silas did not drop below half health in a 1v2 there. And for Ward on Void, that was my concern. Yeah, you flashed. Yeah, you got away. But you cannot stay in lane against a fed Diana. And as you pointed out, now Silas 5-0 here. If you can't take him down with a gank, what else do you need to commit to this? Do we have to see Finn roam up? Does it have to be a 3v1? Bones, I'm not sure a 3v1 could kill Silas.
I don't think either. I think he just Silas just clicks R button, kills everyone either way. And now it's in a very dire situation. As we look through this replay, Elongation gonna go into the Death Realm versus the Aatrox and just gonna get taken out. My god, but War on Void, I mean, he didn't even use R in that fight. He didn't even give himself a chance. I'm in your cheese, gonna be founded by the Lee Sin. Blast will make sure it's a 2v2 for now. Half HP on I'm in your cheese. Flashes away, the exhaust does come out, which means he's not gonna do damage. Finn the Fish is gonna be slowly taken down the side of JMU. Nothing found out. The flash is good. Flash by the AD carry to find it. Zorniflard will pick up the kill after Lee Sin also does manage to find the kill. Ward on Void will shut down Lando. DDD is now here. It's a full-on fist fight. Show Me is here with the Q. Will not be able to take down Best. Double kill over to the Malzahar. Boris sneaks in an auto tag there to pick up the kill. Now
Silas?
it's a 3v. Oh my god, Silas is here now, and so is Mordekaiser. Level 11 versus level 9. The experience difference is so high. Flashes on I'm in your cheese, the only Fed member. Domination by Sightless, truly making the map go dark for the side of Penn State Behrend.
A really chaotic scrim there and into that bot side here just as Dragon is spawning as well, Bones, and JMU coming out ahead just because they were stronger, they were richer. If not, honestly, I think that was a great idea, great execution from Behrend there, but they are falling behind now. Ward on Void wants to try and contest this. Show Me has Smite. You can't steal this.
Oh my god, Nautilus will go in, will hook up Show Me, we'll try and take down this Lee Sin. The Warthog will... Well, I called Warthog, but he hopped onto the Karma. Okay, hear me out here. Our supports walking wards.
If you're TSM, yes.
Huh?
But for JMU, no.
Wait a second, okay. Mordekaiser just picked up a solo kill on Sightless.
Yep, in the mid lane there while that was happening. And yeah, I don't know how that happens. Elongation is still sitting on components. Has not even completed first item, whether it be legendary or mythic here. And I've just got to imagine Sightless overextended and kind of got punished there. Because I don't know if we got even an assist on that.
DDD gonna do some training onto Elongation, take some tower shots, not actually gonna die. But, I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna go ahead and look at that replay. Elongation's under tower. Sightless will take it down. Oh, in the Death Realm. We'll
Okay.
just bonk them.
I mean, to be fair, Sightless also took down the turret throughout all of that there. So, kind of worth. It does suck a little bit that Sightless does lose some stacks on that Dark Seal, but overall, still worth it. And Elongation going to be very, very happy that getting that bounty shut down as well. Trying to accelerate his pace of the game. Herald being started up by JMU, and unlike the Dragon, Behrend not going to be able to contest this whatsoever.
Yeah, and just like you said, I mean, Behrend hasn't been able to contest these dragons, so now they're sitting on 2, which means that Penn State Behrend in about 3 minutes is going to have to make the executive decision. Do we try and throw the game for 3rd dragon to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room, or do we wait for 4th dragon, guarantee a little bit of scaling, and say we're going to go from there? Oh, the suppression comes out. The channeling is on Ward on Void. Flash, Moonfall in means that Silas will be able to find that kill. Now I'm in your cheese looking for Silas. Silas will go down. Finn the Fish manages to find a really crucial hook there, but Lando is now 1v2ing. What a Giga Chad. She's absolutely 1v1ing, but it's not actually a 1v2. It's a 3v2. Finn the Fish will get taken down by DDD. And I mean, that was a skirmish. That was a skirmish of all time.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep on going here. They're not afraid here. Best has to be there to defend this because Cheese is just absolutely going to get shredded. Herald being dropped as well. And I said Best has to defend this. I don't think Best can defend this against a Herald charge.
No, I mean, Shelly is like the same species as Ramus, right? Isn't Shelly... Shelly look exactly like Rammus? Like tell me that those are not the two same things.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not. I've never heard Shelly say okay.
Oh, but does Shelly? Oh, well, no. Look, it's like a Pokemon. Isn't Shelly like a big Pokemon and Rammus is like a smaller Pokemon and Rammus has like Moss Stomper, which is also. Are we playing Pokemon? Are we playing Pokemon Violet? Like I know it got released like a few months ago. Like come on, guys.
Is that the new feature now? Pokemon can catch other Pokemon? Rammus catching a Moss Stomper?
Oh, I gotta catch them all, alright? With that being said, though, go ahead. While we have a little bit of a lull, there is a 5k gold lead for the side of JMU. Looking at builds so far, obviously Silas is the most advanced on all of his items, as he is caught by 4 people. Gonna go onto the Mordekaiser. The Moonfall will find 3 and do huge amounts of damage. Elongation has to run away, but now Silas is just 1v4ing, absolutely crushing this team. Rooted up. I mean, your cheese will finally pick up that kill, but it's scary that he even managed to do all of that. Look at the HP bars on Penn State Behrend.
I mean, you say caught, Bones, but did you really catch Sightless, or did Sightless opt into a 1v4 there? Yeah, it was really, really close, and Sightless is incredibly fed. Sure, Sightless might have gone down, but Elongation was so low anyways that the rest of the team is able to just follow up and clean house, and we saw that happen to Elongation. I'm worried for Best as well. Best tries to stick around.
Oh my god. Well, with that being said, I don't think there will be a lot of action. Teams are kind of farming, coming out of base in the case of Sightless. But as we look at the builds here, Ravenous Hydra is clearly a very balanced item, as the entirety of topside for JMU has picked it up. As the topside engages onto the bot, I mean, your cheese has to ultimate away from Show Me in order to stay alive. Lando is here to try and pick up these kills. The Q lands, but Shutdown goes over to I mean, your cheese. A flash by Lando to find the angle is not enough. Best is going to go down to Zolnafarty. Varus is on a killing spree. Lando is gonna try and find more people. Oh my god, is that? Oh my, it's actually Gumiyushi on Varus.
There we go, can just call him Guma. Oh, behind them?
Oh, okay, there's a suppression on Sideless. It's not gonna be enough to bring him down just yet. Elongation gonna pull him into the death throne. Flash just chase him. Now Warren Void is caught between 2 people, or he's actually gonna pick up 1. Warren Void gonna slay Lando. The 80 carry is unstoppable, stopped by the Mordekaiser. World Ender about to world end Mordekaiser's world. Not going to be enough, just going to pop the ulti. Going to pick up those plants. Oh, these are the buffed Chemtech plants, by the way, so maybe DDD is feeling a little bit more comfortable with that shield. Elongation kind of just dancing. We're looking at the dragon here. DDD going to do some damage. Not a lot, considering he landed the sweet spot. And now the entire team is here. She's on his 2-item power spike. Is going to be looking to fight here. Okay. All right, I need a breath.
Yeah, they are taking a break to Xiaomi potentially looking for a steal. I don't think they can take this otherwise here. DDD just kind of hovering around the back of the pit, and Behrend pulling out. They don't want to risk it. Now the problem is if they take much longer, Lando is starting to show up. The rest of JMU is about to show up.
Oh, Show Me takes it in, has slain the dragon. What a huge steal. Is going to kick them away. He's still alive. Oh my god, and okay, not only does Show Me seal the dragon, Show Me also sets up the fight for the entire team. Silas has slain Finn the Fish. The Moonfall will find 2. War of Void taking extremely low, has to flash away. Best is in the back line. Will have to be taken down Zonafarte. But now I mean, your cheese is also going to go down to DDD. Going to end the world, even though the pop ultimate was not popped. Oh my god, it looks so good for Penn State Behrend. They were about to take the dragon, and then this happens.
I didn't even see Show Me get in there. Next thing I know, he's sitting in the middle of 4 members there. Gets the steal as well, and JMU... Call them 100 Thieves, might as well here. They're getting away with all the heists. They get the dragon, and 20 minutes here, Bones, just on time. Behrend has spawned as well. Behrend, no jungler here. Yes, Best will be up in time, but can he actually get there fast enough? Rammus is fast. I don't know if he's this fast.
I don't think so. I think this is just going to be a free Baron going over to GMU. I mean, PSB is still clearing out vision on their own side of the jungle. There's just no chance you get to here. And now the gold lead has rocketed ahead to 8,000 gold. What do you do when their pockets are bigger? There's not much you can.
Yeah, for Behrend, it's tough. And I think for the last 5-10 minutes here, Bones, the strategy for Behrend hasn't changed. It's find picks, and we've seen some good catches come through. The problem is that a lot of the catches have been bait as well. 3 times they've gone for Lando, 3 times Lando has baited Finn the Fish as well as Amin Your Cheese, and has not ended well for the side of Behrend. And for JMU here,
they've got everything they need. Even better still, their goal recently has been going on to Zorni instead, onto this Varus, who is going to be much better for the siege than Sightless is. And now with Behrend buff as well, JMU is set to crack the inhibitor line of the base.
Look at Ward on Void up in the top side. Does not realize that there's 3 members of JMU. Finn the Fish going to be found out by Shomi. The Warthog over to try and finish off the kill. Finn the Fish misses the hook, misses the catch, and now the suppression is here. But where are your teammates, Ward on Void? World Ender will come out, tanking up the tower. Ward on Void, what can you do? DDD will be on a killing spree. Change that first letter to a B because you're LCK level. Oh my god.
Change it to a B, BDD, change it to an X, XDDD. I mean, he's just all over the place. And like I said, they can keep on pushing while all that was happening. Sightless just split pushing on the other side of the map here. And Sightless went with that second item, Nashers. He's going to be really good at split pushing and taking these turrets.
And as the game they're now sieging into the base, and you have this Varus, you have this Karma, which are 2 extremely good siege champions. Sightless gonna be Find the Fish. Now there's a TP in by Aatrox coming in. The Moonfall will slay Fill the Fish, and now he's gonna go golden. DDD is gonna go into the back line. Elongation is gonna 1v1 him in the death row. My Miniature Cheese is taking low, so is Best. And now BDD is gonna be found out by 3 members of PSP. But I don't think he's going to die. Elongation does not have the damage. The 80 carry, the Varus is going to pick up the kill onto the Mordekaiser. And now Rammus is looking for an avenue in, but he doesn't have a team to follow up. Kaisa is now here. Ward on Void taken really low. Going to die to the Varus. What do you do to defend? You can't even walk up to the minions. Sure, there's low HP bars, but the healing is insane. Shomi gonna find the insect onto I'm in your cheese, and I think that's just gonna close us out, as there's not really a lot of wave clear. Rammus does damage, so does Nautilus, but not nearly enough to handle all of these members. The first tower is gonna fall here, and now it looks like JMU is gonna take the smart decision, not gonna int away the game, gonna play it safe and pick up 2 inhibitors, and oh my god, they're just taking everything and anything that they want on the map.
Yeah, with 5 seconds on the clock for Elongation to come back up here, JMU don't want to throw it. And if there has been one player for the side of Behrend who has been doing really, really well, actually 2 players, it's been Elongation and Cheese here. And Elongation's the important one in that base defense because he's the bigger risk. He's the one who can actually wave clear and hold under that turret. So JMU, they'd rather take it slow. They had that gold lead. You were talking about 8k gold lead. We're looking at a 14k gold lead here. They've increased it by... They've doubled it almost, pretty much here in terms of that. And that was, you know, before they had the Behrend. Now that they've got this massive gold lead, now they've cracked inhibitors as well here. JMU can just take their time. And Behrend, they're the ones in the back foot. They did well trying to find some pigs, getting some damage down. But they need to secure these kills. Getting them low is not good enough.
As a dragon does look to spawn here, this is going to be sold for the side of JMU. So Penn State Behrend, I mean, if you're going to make the stand, here it is. This is your chance. Lando going to be the main carry when it comes to engaging on these fights, just absolutely baiting out the enemy team. We'll see if she can do it again as the dragon is started back up. Sightless looking to zone out I'm in your cheese. Elongation jumps into 5 people, going to pull so many of them, pulling Lando into the death row. Oh my god, but there's not enough damage. The suppression comes out, but Shomi is slaying everybody. There's so many kills on the map. There's so many resets. What do you do, Penn State Behrend? How can you fight this? They're not even going to go for the end straight away. Silas is going to clear the wave. They're going to take the soul before they do it, rub a little bit of salt into the wound as they run into the enemy base.
You know what? But sometimes it isn't about finding the win. Sometimes it's about sending a message. Was that the best call for Behrend? Probably not. But they knew they had to fight eventually here. And instead of fighting in their base, they decided to fight at the Dragon Pit. They went for the play. Didn't quite work out. And JMU, we kind of mentioned it earlier, you give them a lead, they're just going to run right away with it.
With that being said, JMU going to pick up this 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series versus Penn State Behrend. And I mean, RMC, I'm looking at this team comp, and every single player on the side of JMU played exceptionally well, but I really just want to highlight Lando. Constantly baiting out enemy abilities, constantly making sure that she can provide these abilities for Shomi to find these cues into the enemy team, find the ability to have these engages, and just overall very clean performance on the entire side of JMU to finish out that game.
Yeah, and I'll agree, you know, that Lando, she did a lot here, but my eyes are actually more at the mid lane. I think Sightless was an absolute monster here. And looking from the perspective of Behrend, I'm worried for them because
what can you do to fix this between games within this best of 3 here? It's not a draft issue. I don't think their draft was a big problem. Granted, okay, Rammus felt a little bit lackluster in the damage department, which hurt them early game here, but it wasn't the reason why it fell apart. And if all your lanes are losing, Bones, that's not something you can quickly change here. So going into game 2, I feel like Behrend, they need a mental reset, and I think you might need to bring some cheese on the table here. If you're going to play standard, it's looking kind of rough.
Let's hope the cheese doesn't end up on a charcuterie board. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kick it off to a break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go ahead and bring you game 2 of the series between Penn State Behrend and GMU, where Penn State Behrend is now in a do or die situation. They must win this next game in order to advance further and continue to compete for the 16th spot in the playoffs. But with that being said, I'm Bones' Random Minion Caster. Stay tuned for the next game.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore. Just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids. It's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs, that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides. Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ECAC round of 16 plus 1, where we are starting off the playoffs. We are playing Penn State Behrend versus JMU. JMU is up 1-0. Penn State Behrend back against the walls. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into draft. I'm joined by, of course, the wonderful, the lovely RMC.
Well, that's a nice intro, Bones. I don't get enough credit, I feel like, with some of my casters. So I'm loving the energy, the kindness that you're bringing here for me. And now, game 2, Bones. Behrend has opted for the blue side. They are going for that side swap here. And I had said at the end of game 1, I don't think it's a draft issue. So I'm curious to see what they're looking for on this blue side here. The first pick last game was Aatrox. Does Elongation want to pick it up himself?
I mean, out of Elongation, I think Elongation is one of those players who likes these champions who can draw a lot of pressure, right? Things like the Alawi, like the Mordekaiser, really exemplified the fact that he likes to be a raid boss. And so maybe there is actually the potential for him to pick up the Aatrox here. Of course, you know the old saying, blue side wins side, especially when in Worlds, where blue side won 4 out of 5 games, which is pretty insane, not gonna lie. As the Silas ban does come out first, obviously this is something that they did last time. They're afraid of the sightless Silas, as the Yona ban also does come through.
Yeah, well, but Bones, keep in mind, game 5, the critical game, was won by red side here. And James Madison, they're certainly hoping to pull off their win on the red side. Like you said, no changes in the bans so far. And for the side of JMU, they are on red side now. They banned Yone, Shen, Renata. I think they just banned the same thing. I don't think they're worried about giving anything super high prio up, because right now super high prio is things like Yumi, potentially like the Aatrox as well. Maybe they want to do a Varus ban if they're worried about giving up the Varus, but if you're playing the likes of a Samira, the likes of a Kaisa here, I really don't think you need to ban Varus.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure the only contested pick between these two teams is something like the Kaisa, or, maybe like a very strong top laner. So if you're not worried about the Kaisa being picked up, you don't necessarily have to ban it on red side. Obviously, they're worried about the jungler's Evelyn, so they're going to go ahead and ban that away. And now we'll see what Penn State Behrend goes for. My bet is probably going to be a top laner, just because of the fact that top lane, if you get a good matchup, if you get a very strong champion, you could go for it. Oh, okay, never mind. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's fine. I'm not sad about it.
Fair enough. And to give credit to Elongation, I think counter pick for Elongation matters a little bit more. We saw that was the one lane that was actually going well for the side of Behrend in the early game here. So I think they want to maintain that sort of counter pick, which is why I'm slightly worried when you're on blue side, because now JMU can save counter pick for their top laner for DDD. I think Sightless is comfortable blind picking like he did last game here. And if anything, once again, first 2 picks, I'm looking at, AD carry, jungle to come through. You already know you're running to a Kaisa here. Oh, but I forgot, of course, they prioritized the Karma. If you want, you can just Karma Varus here if you want. You knew that worked last time, and I don't think there's necessarily a better support you could have gone with than the Nautilus for that Kaisa if you want to play aggressive.
I mean, with the Kaisa, you can obviously Renata is one of those premier picks that you would go into like the Karma, but obviously it is banned away. I mean, there are picks like Amumu, there are picks like Alistar, but again, Nautilus is one of those really synergistic picks with Kaisa that you see a lot in leagues like the LPL. Oh my god! Okay, so Show Me is gonna have some prio here, gonna pick up that Graves. Thoughts on this pick?
Well, his 3 most played junglers are Graves, Evelyn, and Hecarim. 2 of them were already banned. I was actually a little bit surprised we didn't see it last game, but I liked the Lee Sin. Now, the Lee Sin was a bit risky and was punished a little bit towards the end game, especially with that Malzahar here. I think Graves a lot more slippery, a lot safer, and you can still have that early game impact. So I'm really liking the pickup for Show Me here, and you still have that Varus in your back pocket. There was no rush to pick that one up either.
And I mean, we're just getting huge amounts of unique red colored picks in this draft. Shyvana gonna come out. Shyvana, obviously one of these junglers on the past that's doing really well, especially with the full clearing. And so last time we saw Penn State Behrend say, we're gonna full clear, or well, we're gonna gank a lot, and James Madison responding with the Lee Sin. But this time they're saying, we're gonna leave it all out on the Rift for the junglers. We're gonna pick Shyvana, we're gonna pick Graves, we're gonna pick Pyke to bolster I'm in your cheese. My god, they really said, we're going to throw every single pick that you have never seen, and we're going to show you a game that you never expected.
Okay, so the Pyke pickup shocks me. That to me was more of an Aristotle pick than Finn the Fish, but Finn the Fish ain't fishing around no more here. He's going right for this Pyke, right for this killer move, and we had just said, okay, Nautilus Kaisa, really good combination. Why? Good engage, and Kaisa's sort of a bit of an assassin. Pyke feels like they're cranking that up to a 10, to an 11 even here. It's kill or be killed. If Pyke and Kaisa can't kill, they're just going to absolutely fall apart. And because they went for that Pyke, we're not seeing the Varus come through this time for Zorn. Zorn going for the much safer Ezreal that got banned away in that second rotation. And now for the Pyke, good luck. At best, maybe you lock down that Karma, but she's got plenty of shields on her own.
And I mean, James Madison is doing a very intelligent thing with their draft. I think that needs to be pointed out is they're picking these bot lanes that have the ability to be weak-sided or strong-sided, right? You can strong-side the Ezreal or you can weak-side it. And the best part about having this kind of bot lane is it opens out a lot of flexibility for the way the rest of your draft is going. And so far, the way they're drafting tells me that they're looking to make Show Me and their top set a little bit more of the carry, especially on this Graves pick. Ravenous Hydra Graves clear is really, really good and rushes through the jungle at speeds you have never seen. And so I'm really excited to see it in action. Bans coming out from James Madison. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I think for James Madison here, the Victor we already saw last game, they're taking out the Akali rather than something like the Sejuani this time. First of all, because, well, jungle's been picked up in the form of Shyvana, but more importantly, they're trying to take away things that can hunt down that Ezreal there. And Bones, you're talking about wanting topside to carry. I think for JMU,
Early game, yes, they're looking for the top side to carry, but they still want to make sure Zorn is that insurance policy. They want to make sure that he's safe in the later half of the game. And like you're saying, top side early winning, you pick something like that LeBlanc. It's not LeBlanc Lee Sin, which is more famous as a kill combo, but Graves LeBlanc fundamentally does the same thing. A lot of burst damage, and Ward and Void already struggled last game on the Malzahar. There's not many safer mid lane picks than that Malzahar.
And I mean, they took away the Victor, so Warren Void Victor is one of his premier picks when it comes to working in the mid lane and figuring out, I'm going to scale into the later parts of the game. And he's not going to be able to do that. He's going to go in an entirely different direction. Not entirely, still going to be the CC bot for his team, but the Galio pickup into LeBlanc. This is one of the well-known counters to LeBlanc, where basically you say, I will match your roams. I will be the wall between you and my team. And I think Warren Void's looking to, once again, make sure his bot side can carry really, really well alongside his jungle.
Yeah, you try and shield up, nullify that burst damage, taunt her when she distorts in as well, lock her down for your jungler. But Bones, that feels like a 2v2 call. And again, 2v2, Shyvana Galio does not feel like it's going to beat a Graves LeBlanc to me. Sure, you can nullify some of that magic damage from LeBlanc. Graves is still going to rip right through you. Top laners locked in, the blind Tom Kench for elongation there. I think it's a really strong pick in the preseason with all the tank changes to come through. But DDD, well known for his Set here, and Set is a tank buster in more than one ways. He's great at shredding tanks, and more importantly, he can take that tank and power drive it into the rest of the team as well. So suddenly, elongation, even if you win that 1v1, you got to be a bit more scared to show up to that 5v5.
Yeah, and so looking at the draft here, I mean, I gotta say, Penn State Behrend really has to try and turtle through parts of the early game, because obviously this is a team comp that does not have a lot of damage, a lot of kill potential in the early game. So I'm looking for them to scale up into the mid game, sort of team fight. I'm looking for the ball lane to try and find any advantage that they can, start stacking up these Drakes really early, considering that you have the Shyvana, and just see if you can play a more team-oriented game. Whereas James Madison, again, they're just going to flex the fact that they can press buttons faster and say, we will individually break down your team comp and make sure that we can play through the sides, make sure that we outpace you, outmatch you in every way. And I just think overall it's just going to end up being such a scrappy game once again, and I'm so excited to cast it.
Yeah, and I'm worried, Bones, for Behrend here, because you kind of mentioned that they want a team fight a little bit, but when you pick that Kaisa Pike, that's not a lane that can sit back and skill up there. That is a lane that has to go hard, and I think the Galio pickup there was partially to facilitate that bot side. So part of them wants to wait for that mid game, where traditionally that's where they shine, but on the other hand, your composition is now forcing you to play early. And when I look at JMU here, Karma Ezreal, that's one of the more common Ezreal bot lanes, because again, we mentioned they're a very independent bot lane. They're a very safe bot lane to come through. So Behrend has to invest so much into that bot side. Pressure's on Behrend here, Bones. It has to be Behrend making the plays. If they don't make the plays early, even if they hit the mid game even, I think JMU, they've got an edge with the skilling, with the way that Graves, that LeBlanc is going to play out, with the scaling of that Karma Ezreal.
And I think something that's really important to note here is Penn State Behrend really only has one reliable way to get onto the Ezreal, right? You only really have one reliable CC tool in the Pike to try and get onto the Ezreal. And if Ezreal dodges that initial burst or that initial CC, the follow from Penn State Behrend just falls apart, right? Shyvana can only really ult in, and Kaisa only follows. And do you really want to be ulting into an Ezreal, into a Karma? It just looks like a very doomed situation from the side of Penn State Behrend. Something else that I'd also like to highlight is when we pick Galio in some of these higher leagues, top lane is a carry. Galio Camille is one of the biggest examples where Camille dives onto the back lane and is able to apply the Galio stun on his wide range ultimate. But, I mean, if you don't have a carry top lane, Galio really has only one way to go. And if James Madison knows that Galio is going to be moving towards bot, there are steps that can be taken. So, again, just like you said, I'm worried for Behrend.
Yeah, and on top of that, not only are you not a traditional carry, something like the Camille or the Fiora on that top side here, but on top of that, too, Tom Kench, there is that Set we mentioned who can, power drive you into the rest of the team. So by the time Ward on Void shows up into that fight, there might not be a buddy in there for him to have that hero's entrance. It might be a hero's exit, a quick one to the grave if he ends up sitting in the middle of 4 members. And to the point about Pike as well, Bones. If we're talking about Pike as your reliable CC, your reliable engage, that's not reliable whatsoever. You gotta land that bone skewer. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. So yeah, a lot of big questions here. But of course, we have to acknowledge that it's not as if it's doomed right away for Behrend here. It's a high mechanical ceiling. If they can execute it, they have tons of ways to find picks, more even than what they had last game. At least a better chance than what they had to do with the Malzahar, with the Nautilus hook here. And for JMU, I guess one of the reasons why I haven't focused on them as much is because I have faith in their hands. I kind of don't worry about what they picked here. I'm looking at what they picked just to get a feel for where I think the action is going to be. I have no doubt they're going to be showing up in their laning phases individually here. Even if we don't see the Graves LeBlanc come together, I'm sure we're going to see Sightless get a lot of pressure down, roam really heavily. I'm sure we're going to see Show Me show up into some sort of lane here. I kind of want to see another bot lane gank. I think Show Me and Lando and Zorn played that beautifully in lane, that first bait with Lando there. I'd love to see a repeat of that in this game.
Yeah, and with that being said, though, that will be our draft analysis for today, but we will jump to game very, very soon. So refill your drinks, wake up your grandma in case she's fallen asleep and you want to make sure she watches this broadcast. Grab your popcorn, grab your parents, grab every single person you know, because we are playing playoffs in the ECAC between JMU and Penn State Behrend, where Behrend needs to find a win, and JMU is looking to seal the deal, get a quick, easy win, and move on into the round of 16. My name is Bones. This is RMC. We'll be right back.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ECAC LOL Playoffs Round 1. It is Penn State Behrend versus JMU. Penn State Behrend on blue side, JMU on red side. JMU 1-0 lead, and Penn State Behrend needs to win this game. How are we feeling, RMC?
Mixed feelings, Bones. I mean, I did say that Behrend needed to pull out some cheese here, and I'm not talking about their AD carry either. So I'm kind of happy we're seeing Shavana Pike. I just don't know if that's the right call here. A level 1 invade, now that would get me excited.
Shomi was recalling, kind of baiting it out, gonna auto ward on Void. They killed the ward. It's worth it. 10 gold.
Okay, Behrend in the lead right off the bat here, Bones. They're coming. Okay, a bit early to call it a comeback, but a good start certainly here. It is going to be cheese, picking up that gold, and because they're all clustered, I don't know if the XP will actually be meaningful, and we'll see them hit that level up breakpoint to actually make anything happen here.
I think. Oh wait, no, it's not top lane. Oh, I forgot. In top lane, you can basically go through one wave, because usually you have to get an extra minion to get the level 2, but it won't work. I think it will just end up being nothing. With that being said, though, runes look pretty okay across the board. I'm in Your Cheese has opted to go for the Lethal Tempo this time instead of the Hail of Blades, because Pike is picking up the Hail of Blades instead. The bait pings are coming out onto the map. This is a preseason 13 special. I've seen it so much in my games. Definitely not pinging me because I'm a good player. But,
Yeah, the bait ping I've heard has multiple meanings depending on the context of your game here. That said, I mean, you've got a pike, so surely when they're baiting they ping the bait, they're calling for a pike hook, right? That's definitely what they're calling for, right?
Oh yeah, we are hooking the red buff outside of its leash range so that we can troll our jungler slightly. That is what is happening.
Bones, it feels like you might have some issues about that. Do you want to talk about how that's made you feel?
I feel like putting this on broadcast is like the opposite of what needs to be happening right now. Because look, I would love to sit here and talk. You're such a nice guy, but like, man. Sightless gonna be trading with War and Void in the mid lane. Oh my God.
Transition. We'll transition to other people's traumas. Warden Void specifically right now. He's barely alive after that ignite, and surprisingly hasn't gone back to base. Bot side though.
I'm in Your Cheese taking really low. The Pike E doesn't actually find Lando. Lando taking really low as well, but are they going to be able to find something? I don't think so. Is this a freeze? It's not a 2-minute, 30-second freeze right now. Okay, it's not. It's not. I was going to be very worried.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the Karma Ezreal actually opted to freeze at this point here. And it's kind of difficult as well if you do want to poke back. I was actually more just shocked at how hard Behrend was going in on that particular play, but we kind of did mention that the Pike Kai'Sa does need to get some sort of early lead here. They need to put down that pressure. I just don't know if level 2 is the right time for it.
Well, maybe level 3 is the right time for it, as mid laners hit level 3. Ward on Void has used all of his potions, and so has Sightless, but he's in a very precarious position here. Sightless does not have Ignite, but the Electrocute combo does a lot more damage than you'd think it does. Junglers here are going to be full clearing, matching 20 CS for 20 CS. They're going to go ahead and do that last camp. Graves and the Krugs. Shyvana on the Gromp, as Zorn and Lando are looking to zone I'm in your cheese and Finn the Fish off of this wave.
Yeah, just a bit of a slow push building up here. It is going to be hard for Your Cheese and Finn to do anything, especially when they are down that level. Top side, though, the junglers kind of duking it out here. And I don't actually think that we're going to see a lot out of these junglers. Graves is strong, but Shyvana is very mobile. And unless she hard commits into this Graves here, Graves is going to have a hard time locking her down.
Yeah, it does look like Graves is going to pick up the scuttle, and he's going to walk straight across mid lane, just assert his dominance. Thumbs up pick, a little bit of baiting there on the Ward on Void, but I think he's going to be able to pick up that double scuttle because Shyvana at this point in the game, obviously not strong enough to duel that Graves. Graves is one of the biggest stat checkers in the early game that we know of, so they are going to transition to the bot side as Zorn and Lando are pushed up into Penn State Baron's tower. Show me here going to cover the gank if it does happen. But no, it looks like Best is just going to go back to clearing his camps.
I think a bit of a mind game there coming from both these junglers. Show me on the wraparound.
Okay, Warden of Void going to try and E away, going to taunt the Graves to try and get himself out. The Aftershock surprisingly gives Warden of Void enough resist to survive that. Sightless was not able to cover the gank on time, so it looks like the wave is just going to get pushed in.
Yeah, and Warden of Void still has that flash available there. Wasn't at risk of dying. A good play from him to hold on to that for now. Now, I do want to sort of go back to that bot side play where I think for Best, the problem is that even if you want to gank as a Shyvana, it's kind of hard without lane assist, and you knew that Show Me just showed mid as well. Show Me is on the same path as you, so a little bit scared to go in for that 3v3. Hook lands onto Lando, but you can already see because of that shove, because of that slow build up that GMU did earlier there, I'm in Your Cheese is not in a good position to follow up, and now that's pushing back out, Show Me is in the right area to cover or even gank if he wants to think about that.
Yeah, and I mean, Kaisa didn't go for the longsword 3 pot strat, so against this poke lane, I'm in Your Cheese is actually really struggling against him, and even though Pyke has insane regen, Finn has to fish for more HP. I feel like this one is just going to continue in the broadcast, so I'm going to continue it. But Finn the Fish is going to have to find a way to find kills onto JMU using that Ignite, because if you wait much longer, Ezreal Karma is going to start hitting their mid-game spike, and once Ezreal gets that Sheen, it's going to be very difficult to push this advantage that Pyke has.
Yeah, and even worse is you mentioned that Finn's got a lot of health, but I'm in Your Cheese does not. So if the poke's landing on him, I'm in Your Cheese, you can't go in anymore, and that's going to get worse and worse for you as the time goes on. Now,
Zorn being very aggressive. I'm in Your Cheese going to engage onto Zorn. The hook does not land. I'm in Your Cheese is exhausted and ignites. Zorn is flashing in. First blood over to the AD carry of JMU. Lando going to try and get a little bit more on Finn the Fish, but not going to find it. Very well played by both sides. But Zorn's going to come out. Ward on Void going to taunt Cyclist up. Okay, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ward on Void kind of out of everything there. You run through your combo, you're done. Now, Show Me and Sightless might be able to turn this around. If Ward goes in here, Ward's in a bad position. He's still got flash, so it might not net a kill, but it will probably burn the summoner.
So it's going to trade. Oh, the E-in means that Galio's in a very precarious position. Show Me going to try and find the kill. Not going to find it. Oops.
Yeah. And now the flash is down. Now the teleport is down as well. Ward and Void not in as good a position. And more importantly here, the Ignite is back up.
Does he die? Does he die?
Yes.
Oh my god, Silas, you absolute monster.
I think that's the second time. In game 1, we saw a similar thing with that Malzahar here. Ward and Void just feels a little bit safer than he should here. Sightless has so much damage. Anytime that ignites up, you can't be risking that. I was going to point out that Dragon is up as well here, Bones, and I thought JMU, you know, if they can push Ward and Void back home, they go for Dragon. They got the kill. They definitely can go for Dragon.
Oh my god, Showstopper gonna try and kill the Tahm Kench. Not gonna be enough damage. He numbed him up into his belly. DDD gonna have to try and flash away, but Elongation still has flash, still has all of his cooldowns. There's not much you can do to get out of the situation. Just gonna lick, and kill him. There it is. Set goes down versus the Tahm Kench.
How many licks to get to the center of a DDD pop?
I mean, I feel like in that very particular instance, it took 2. But I could be wrong. You know, we gotta set up a regressional analysis. As the hook lands by Finn the Fish. He hooks Lando back, actually, so Lando is safer with the Ezreal.
Warden Void down here has the ultimate as well. If they can land a hook here, they might look for the engage.
Oh, Zorn, what a clean sidestep that was onto the hook, and now Warden Void and Best have shown themselves on the map. That doesn't look very good. But speaking of builds, we weren't speaking of builds, but Lando is going to get hooked up. Stun comes out. The ultimate from Ezreal is there to kill some damage. Oh my god, the execute is good. Finn the Fish. Fishing.
And actually catching something this time. It's not getting away with the bait. Oh, another hook.
Oh, the Shyvana ult is here. The execute is good. Finn the Fish is on the right. Fisherman this time going to be able to find that second kill in the bot lane. And that is so huge for the side of Penn State Behrend's bot lane.
Yeah, getting both those kills as well. And I think, Yoshi's actually got the gold, the bonus gold from both of those. So it's massive for them. You can see the team gold has completely equalized with that. Now, Best looking into the mid lane here. Level 6 Shyvana out is not available.
Yeah, Silas knows that Best is here, so he's just going to play with his foot a little bit. Maybe he played a little bit too much. Silas going to, okay, just going to distortion away. No big deal. All good.
Yeah, nothing too much burnt there. Just the passive from LeBlanc, and now Show Me answering the moment you see a jungler. Where's the other one?
Okay, Tompkins going to try and dive out of there. Has to flash. That doesn't feel very good, but I mean, at least Set doesn't have his flash, right?
True. DDD died using his flash last time, so Elongation still going to be happy with that one there. And this game, I think, if Elongation can draw pressure into the top side, we said last game too with the Mordekaiser. Elongation doesn't care if you're ganking him. If you're ganking him, you're not ganking other people. So I think Behrend are more than happy to draw Show Me up to that top side. We've not seen the Graves LeBlanc combo really take off yet, and bot side as well. While Zorn and Lando have done great in isolation, they're not getting the big leads that we saw in game 1 here.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the jungle even, we both knew that these were farming junglers, but clearly Show Me is showing us why Graves is a superior one. Almost a 30 CS lead over the Shyvana, and that's got to feel really bad for this little dragon, especially considering that Graves was picking up the first dragon of the game, kind of making sure that Shyvana does not get as much use out of her passive as she would like. And she's looking a little bit rough here for Best in the jungle.
Yeah, and we kind of mentioned too, Best farmed quite heavily in game 1 on that Rammus here, didn't really look for those early ganks. Shyvana wants to do that, but if you're falling behind on a farming jungler, that is not a good look. And now Shumi about to pick up Herald as well. It's not just the dragon that Best is losing, it's all the objectives, and this objective might be what JMU need to push themselves ahead again and once again get back on track with their game plan, win lane, get those early leads, and roll from there.
Yeah, and I mean now, all eyes are on Finn the Fish as Tompkins swallows said hole, is going to spit him back out. Taking it really low, is going to look for the dive onto Set. Not going to find it. DDD on the wrong side of the lane once again.
Show Me.
Deja vu. And now he's going to engage back onto elongation. Show Me is here to cover DDD's death. Not going to be able to kill the Tompkins. That's a tanky frog. But good cover by Show Me. We'll pick up some HP. Pyke is taking extremely low. Is Ignited going to hook the Ezreal. But now Kaisa is going to engage onto Lando. Heroes Anxious will save your cheese. Not for very long. Silas is going to pick up that kill. Zorn is now focusing down War on Void. 3 members versus 1. That's not really much of a contest. Double kill picked up by Sideless. It looks like Deja Vu from game 1. 300 80 CS for Darksteel stacks.
Behrend might have the better hook with Finn the Fish here, but JMU has the better bait with Lando. Once again, the focus onto Lando here. They're burning so much, but Lando is not the issue for this team. Karma's burst is primarily front-loaded. You need to be focusing down Zorn. Instead, Zorn gets to free fire, and because it took so long as well, Sightless gets to roam down, and it's going to cost them more than just the original bot lane. It's a 3 for nothing here. Lando didn't even die.
And it's insane to me because now, not only was the bot lane able to pick up leads of their own, Ezreal now has a completed Triforce and is now way ahead of the Kaisa, who, in spite of picking up that cut from Pyke's ultimate, is still farther behind this Ezreal, and it just looks so rough as Show Me looks to Rift Herald the mid lane. The goal lead is expanding at such a high pace. Flash by War on Void to try and taunt up Show Me. Finn the Fish is here to try and get it, but now Show Me flashes away. Silas will pick up the kill onto the extended Galio. Bot lane is now here. I'm in your cheese. It's making it a 4v4. Top laners are on an island. Finn the Fish is going to be taken extremely low. Silas picking up another kill for himself. 8 stacks on the Darksteel. Shomi just finding all of these angles, and now with Zorn rotating up alongside Lando, that's just to seal the deal to pick up that kill. Rift Herald popped, and there's a huge goal lead. Oh my god, there's more fighting. The Frog is going to eat up DDD. The one side of the part of the map that PSB is winning, Elongation, gonna trade ultimates here. Not going to amount to much unless he lands this tongue. Is he going to be able to find him? Oh, manages to find him. Not going to pick up the kill, though. Set is a bit too tanky.
I was watching DDD hold that flash there. I was getting so worried towards the end, but just barely able to buy enough space with that massive minion wave to block that tongue last year. And for JMU, we were just saying maybe the Herald's what they need to break the game open. I think that fight just broke the game open for them there. 4-0, they get the Herald charge off after that, and Zorn now really accelerated. You mentioned that Trinity Force. It's really going to come into play against your cheese right now.
And you just saw Silas just casually press all of his buttons onto the Galio, and now suddenly Galio is 75% HP. Isn't Galio supposed to be an MR tank? Am I missing something?
You're missing Graves. You're missing Show Me. You're missing the pressure that they put down there. You're 100% right. Galio is an MR tank. It's built into his passive here, but that was the concern I had when we saw that Galio picked up. It's a great pick in isolation against the LeBlanc, but if you don't have the winning 2v2, if you don't have a jungler like a Graves, like a Lee Sin, that can look for that punish here, and you're relying on the Shyvana, I just don't think you win the 2v2, and we've seen they don't win the 2v2, they don't win the 4v4 either.
Oh my god, Ezreal with the true shot barrage will stay true to his shot and find the kill onto the Galio. Oh my god. Was not expecting that.
Gotta feel bad for Warden Void. He's 0-4 right now. And it's not even like, oh, he was losing 1v1 to the LeBlanc. Yeah, he died to the LeBlanc 1v1. He was down CS, but he was holding out fine till everybody started crashing the party in the mid lane. And now, first brick goes down. Sightless is unlocked to start roaming to the side lanes.
And I mean, if you didn't think Sightless was unlocked before roaming down, he's going to be even more of a menace now. 9 stacks on the Darkseal, fully completed Luden's going to absolutely one-shot this Pyke and Kai'Sa, the squishy bot lane. Wrapping around, Finn the Fish does not realize he's actually the one being hooked in this fight. Zorn is going to try and take down the tower. Finn the Fish is hovering. Now Sight going to come in, going to distortion in. Not enough damage to fully kill them, but going to bait out the heroic entrance from Galio. And now Galio's in. Going to try and taunt Landy. Show Me is on the back line. I mean, your Chi is taking extremely low. Best is exhausted. Not really doing much in this team fight. Lando, stop focusing the Karma! Graves going to pick up the double kill. Lando rewarded for her efforts. And now they're just walking down the bot lane. There's just so much gold for JMU.
Yeah, I feel like we're watching a remake of what happened in the mid lane there. With the way they're collapsing as well, it feels like JMU, you know, they keep managing to catch Behrend in pieces here. Yes, it's technically a 4-on-4, but it was not really a cohesive 4-on-4, more of a 4-on-2 top side. Man, okay, I feel like I'm getting baited a little bit. It's like, great. that was a great showstopper from DDD, but you're 2 fat tanks, and even the turret's not really cutting through elongation at this point.
Oh, very important. Elongation has picked up the Heartsteel, going to pick up 57 whole HP. So now, Penn State Baron obviously in the lead here in the game. Yeah, Elongation just a little bit too strong. Some more trading. This is just the top lane special. You know, you hit each other, you gain all that HP back, you hit each other a little bit more, and then you really do damage. And then the team ends the game.
I mean, they're bringing backup here. Now that bot and mid have turns dropped here, surely JMU focus top, right? Looks like it. Best is nearby. Is Lando zoning out Best?
This is a support, I thought. Wait a second. Something's not matching up here. But
Lando got 1 kill. She's a carry now. That's how it works.
Oh,
right?
yeah. This is the AP carry karma. My bad. I should have known. Guys, this is why RMC is here. Always there. Good guy RMC.
Man, if she builds a Mech Eyes, then that's when I declare a AP carry karma here. But for now, it is actually scary that a support is able to zone out a jungle here. Best wasn't willing to step up into that. And not only are you ceding that top lane, you're also ceding control over Herald. Now, JMU can look to get that. And they were already getting turrets prior or without the Herald usage, such as in the bot lane. If they get this Herald, it makes it so much easier to accelerate the pace of the game.
Looks like there might be a fight. Lando is Wakan to the middle of 3 people.
Okay.
That's going to pick up that kill. Show Me is still doing the Rift Herald. Is confident with that 1v3. Picking up the Pyke. Kai'Sa will pick up the Rift Herald. Huge gold bounty over. Show Me casually 1v3. Flash on Diamond. Your G's. Triple kill for this Graves. And now Elongation is going to try and pick up the kill. Not going to be able to find it. The healing from Ravenous Hydra. Guys, this item is so balanced. Zorn going to pick up that kill. Showstopper to keep Elongation off of his teammate Shomi. And man, that feels bad for Penn State Barons.
The amount of healing that Ravenous Hydra gave. For a second, I thought Shomi had Gore Drinker instead of Eclipse, the way he was healing up. And now they're just going to push right in here. Warden Void can't do anything. Warden Void has to be careful not to die.
Oh my god, he got blocked out by the distortion from LeBlanc, but that's all that she wrote. They're going to go ahead and reset a little bit. Ezreal going to be farming up a Storm. As we look at the game state, I mean, all I can look at is just this Graves and this mid-jungle duo from GMU just terrorizing the map. Show me finding all of the camps, managing to clear at such a fast rate. Okay, never mind. No time for that. TP comes in. Zorn is flanking the enemy bot lane. Are you a flanking champion or not? He's going to flash away. Make sure he keeps himself safe from the Galio while his team slays the dragon. Elongation tried to get in there to steal it, but not enough. Heroic Entrance will stun up too, but not for long. Elongation going to fall on the top side of the map. Silos will pick up the... Oh my god, Silos will pick up the Pike on the top side. Graves is going to pick up the Shyvana. It's just a blowout at this point.
It kind of is. It's not even 20. Last game, this happened, and Behrend was on the table. This game, they sped it up a whole 1 minute. We're at 19 minutes. Behrend isn't even on the table, and Behrend knew. It's, like you said, it's a blowout. It's a wash at this point here. They just did not have a way to deal with the Fed Graves, the LeBlanc, and even the Ezreal there. They were throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Zorn, and they just couldn't reach him.
I mean, that's what happens when you give a champion a free flash. It's really funny how Ezreal is able to, you know, jump across the screen in less than a second. But with that being said, Behrend is going to be knocked out of the top 17, and now the top 16 consists of JMU. Well done getting into the playoffs. Well, technically this was the playoffs, but you know, congrats on getting onto the top 16. With that being said, they're going to move forward and face off the first seed, which is Fisher Attleboro, in a game coming up next week. But I mean, what a game from JMU. Just very well played overall.
Yeah, an individual too. JMU played exactly the way they wanted to. They showed off the mechanical prowess in all their lanes. And the one lane that wasn't winning in the top side, which was DDD there, DDD did his job, right? He's not... Somebody had to not be the star of this game, and it was DDD. He played weak side, and he played it really well. Yes, he went down in CS. Yes, he went down in terms of kills, but he held Elongation there, and we never got to see Elongation help influence the other lanes. So Show Me, Sightless, Zorn, and Lando there could all have their moments in the sun. So huge props to JMU. Really strong play individually across the board.
Yeah, and I just got to say, the way that Sightless and Show Me were able to control the map, gain all the resources, shut out the Shyvana, shut down the win conditions from the side of Penn State Behrend was just extremely good. I think they played a very efficient game in terms of the resources that they were able to collect and able to push that lead forward. And I think overall, very well played, very well deserving of this top 16 spot. With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and throw it back to the break. Stay tuned. We still have more content for you. We're going to go ahead and have a winner's interview. So we'll be right back with that. Stay tuned.
Kicking down all the doors, guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch ahead. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise.
We just finished off a game of ECAC playoffs where we played Penn State Behrend versus JMU. JMU ended up picking that 2-0 lead in no small part to a man who shall remain unnamed for the next 5 seconds. Show me the jungler on the side of JMU. Here with us in interview. Show me, why don't you go and say hello?
Hello.
How are you? Okay. How are you feeling, Show me, after that game, after that 2-0 blowout? What are your thoughts? What were the comms like during the game?
It was pretty good. We had a substitute for our sub or support, but everything went pretty well. We kept discussing about macro and everything, and we really had a kind of a stomp, which is kind of rare for us in terms of our last few games. But it was a lot of fun playing with our teammates, and everyone performed, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Really unexpected there, Shelby, because I kind
Unexpected.
of spoke to Zambo a little bit, and he was saying, we've got things prepped. We know that Shomi's got a hot date at 10, so we gotta finish a quick 2-0, get him out of here quick.
Yep.
So what sort of prep did you guys have for the series? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys didn't play Behrend at all, right, during the regular season?
No, we didn't. I'm not gonna lie, our team only meets like once a week to play our games.
Okay.
But we do go out sometimes and build up like team bonding, so that helps a little bit. And we have been working on improving our objective play, which has helped us a lot. And we've been winning a lot more. I think we have a 2-1 record after we started focusing like more on objectives. So I think as we proceed in our season, we're gonna keep practicing and improving and trying to win it all.
Fair enough. And speaking of objectives here, Show me, I believe this series you definitely controlled the majority of the objectives there. I think you guys only lost 3 objectives total, but 2 of those were steals away from you. As the
I don't want to
jungler.
talk about it. If you saw on the last game, our set ulted the Tom Kench into the Herald that we were defending.
I love it. I just had a game I cast like 2 days ago, and we had the jungler also kind of playing this team. In solo queue, it's always the jungler's fault, but now that we've got the junglers on interview here, it's the rest of the team's fault. So DDD, Show me calling you out here on stream. Now, you didn't manage to secure all the objectives necessarily, but your second game here, Show me, deathless on the Graves, and you've been forcing the forfeit out of Behrend here. That's gotta feel great, right? Like,
Yeah.
tell me about that.
After looking at their team comp, I kind of knew from the beginning that I wouldn't die that entire game. And as you were saying on stream, Ravenous is a fair item.
Yep, fair and balanced item.
Yeah, I don't know how they haven't hotfixed it yet, but that item on Graves is a bit too strong.
Fair enough. I believe next patch they are going to fix it. So it's on the docket. They just haven't gotten around to it quite yet. So enjoy it while you can here, Show me. Now, last question from me here would be about your future opponent. Next week, you guys will be facing off against first seeds Fisher. And while today, you guys kind of dominated almost every single lane here, what are your thoughts going up against Fisher? Do you think you can replicate that kind of success against them?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. But we'll try our best. We'll do some crazy plays, some crazy picks, trying to cheese them a little bit. But
Okay.
we'll try our best. We'll show up.
All right, great sentiment. And with that being said, is there any final thoughts you want to leave us with, or perhaps shout out anybody from the team or one of your coaching staff?
We all gonna make it, bros. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Shomi, for giving us an excellent performance on that Graves and in that last final game, going deathless. Thank you very much for showing up to this interview.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
All right. With that being said, that will be the end of our broadcast tonight. Unfortunately, you will not be getting more of Bones and RMC. But with that being said, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on this wonderful Friday night. We had a great time. I hope you did too. With that being said, my name is Bones. This is RMC. I hope you have a good night. Stay safe and sleep well.
Ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.